Morning, guys. It's May 12th, and we're going to start planting today. I think on beans and corn. We already got the corn planter down at my uncle's, which is where we're going to start because he's got fertilizer on. Ours hadn't been spread yet. Right now, we're filling up with our starter fertilizer mix, and then we'll head over there and probably get the planter filled, probably help him fill the bean planter. But we actually had frost this morning. We were in another freeze warning last night, and we're finally going to start warming up towards the end of the week. I think it's supposed to be 70s starting Thursday. It's Tuesday now, so yesterday it was cold, windy, and miserable working on the planter, so hopefully we're done with that. We're going to operate on the theory that if you bring the tools with you, you won't have to use them, but if I would have left them here, I would have needed them. So we're going to grab a few things. As I say, I got the planter 100% ready, but you don't know that it's 100% until you're actually running it and figuring out what you overlooked. So for planting this year, we got our 275 on our Kinze 3650. That one does all the corn. And we got my uncle's 1790 on his 8320, and it does all the beans. Now originally, going back, I think it was 2012 or 13, my uncle bought this planter, and then my dad bought the Kinze, and we each planted our own corn and own beans. But my uncle, he didn't like carrying bags of corn up to the center fill tanks. And we don't have center fill tanks on ours, so we decided, since he got that seed tender, it'd be easier for him just to plant all the beans and leave this one set on beans and leave ours set on corn. We've been doing that, and it's worked out really well for us. All the acres come out about even, and we're about a 50-50 split. We do have a little bit of wheat in there, but it usually comes out really close on bean and corn acres. So I think his fertilizer tank, he's only used that once, and he pulled all his fertilizer holders off. I see him back there checking the field, so we'll wait and see what he thinks, and then we might dump some seed in the corn planter. On our corn seed, we're doing all Pioneer this year, and our soybeans. But looks like this will be the pallet we're using. He's already got it on the forks. It's all of it is genetically modified Roundup corn, except for this skid. We've got somebody we farm for that they want non-GMO corn, which is fine with us. Just got to clean the hoppers out on the planter and plant it. And truthfully, the non-GMO usually does just as good and sometimes better than the genetically modified, and it's a little bit cheaper to buy per bag. So we've actually grown a lot of non-GMO corn the last couple of years, but this year we're gonna try some things, because for our operation, we haven't planted Pioneer for a long time. My uncle, he's been planting it for the last several years, and so we're just playing around with it. So we'll see what we think of it. Is that Pepsi good?
Yeah.
It's always good to have at least one before lunch.
Yeah.
Little boss is out helping get it ready. We just filled our corn planter with seed, and right now pump some fertilizer onto it, and maybe fill the bean planter. It's just a little bit wet yet, and it was a beautiful day with no clouds in the sky at first, so we figured it'd dry pretty quick, but I guess perfectly sunny day is too much to ask for. So it might be later in the day now before we can start. About dinner time now, so probably go home, eat some dinner, and come back out about 2 o'clock and check it and see what it looks like. Well, we're gonna go see what we can tear up. We're gonna try to plant a little bit of corn. Well, Ben decided he wanted to hold the camera. We're doing some end rows here. We've got an issue. We're planting back the edge of the field, and then we're running up to my uncle's shop. We've got a DJ going to the shop, see if we've got a part on hand there. If not, he's going to run to Apples and Buckins and get a part. Basically what it is, it's the bracket that holds our starter fertilizer coulter on the main frame of the planter. It's cracked and the coulter's running crooked, and that's leaving a windrow of dirt that our row cleaner's taken, and it's digging with it pretty bad. So all it is, we've had that issue before. Those brackets, they seem to crack out a lot on us. So kind of sucks because I think they're like $400. You want to show them the planter behind us? Show them out there on the end. If you see that one row, it'd be out there on your right. Now it looks like it's moving a lot more dirt. That's our issue.
Yeah, I see it digging.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it digging. I see it digging on the ground.
Yeah, we'll go to the shop and fix that. And while we wait on parts, maybe Grandpa will get to start planting beans. We can get some video of him doing that. Ben's gonna show you what we broke on the corn planter. You wanna show him the broken part? Well, here, you point it out. I'll hold the camera. Where's the issue at?
It's right here.
Yep.
It's like a little bit cracked.
It's more than a little bit cracked.
Yeah.
This is the bracket that goes on the main frame of the planter, and it holds that fertilizer coulter assembly on. Wraps around the back side of this tube here, which I don't know, it's one of the easier ones to get to, so we got lucky there. So DJ's on his way to Apples to get a new one, and then we'll throw that back on and get back to planting corn. Chief's taking off with the 8320 and bean planter. He's gonna plant right here around the shop. Ben and I, Ben wants to get some video of him from out here, and we're gonna dig for beans, aren't we? All yours, make sure you're looking at him.
Okay. I can see him close.
There's one. You can show them down here.
I can see a little bit.
There's another one. Should be. I probably hit it when I was digging. Oh, there's another one. Make you watch where you're pointing the camera. I don't want to see my shoulder. I turn that off for now.
Okay. I'm killing myself. I'm just snuggling around.
By the way, guys, the dog, his name's Chong. There used to be Cheech and Chong, but Cheech was a little too brave around equipment and ended up getting run over by a pickup. So now there's just Chong. He holds the shop down. He's got his own recliner chair in there. I just got a call from DJ. He went to Apples in Botkins, which is a half-hour away, and they had the wrong part set out. And the only store they got that has it is Covington, so that's an hour drive. So he's got to drive there and get that and come back. So it'll be about 7 o'clock before the corn planter's ready to go. So Ben and I, we're going to take the 7810 blade, and we got a ditch at the farm that needs filled in. It's pretty bad one that we need to seed a waterway and seed the field to hay, but for this year it's going into beans. Now here's the ditch we're gonna fix. There's the way the road is, there's no real side ditch, so all the water comes down the road here and then takes off across this field. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's down the field tile right there, so we're gonna try to bury that and drag some dirt back up the hill and cover it up. I'll give the camera to Ben here in a little bit and he can run it.
Spilled your pina colada? Quick, the quicker picker up. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And it's 2 times more absorbent than the leading ordinary brand, so you can get back to getting caught in the rain. Hello, Career Center. Keith, thanks for joining me. Thank you, John, for having me on. Getting stuck at your current job? Grab the wheel and drive into a new career. Allen County Regional Transit Authority is now hiring bus drivers. Without the job training, RTA isn't just offering members of our community jobs, they're offering them careers. Wages starting at $14 an hour for drivers with a valid driver's license. Visit Allen County RTA's website for more information on these positions and apply online at acrta.com or in person at 200 East High Street in downtown Miami. Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. This is Medical Minutes. Let's do talking about insurance. Ready to go.
Oh, hi. Okay, guess we should talk about something. Kind of talking,
Sit her down for a little while. Well, Ben and I are going to call that one smooth enough. We can get it with the cultivator and do some leveling where I gouge the ground a little bit before the bean planter comes, but this is a nasty one and it looks pretty decent now. Tell you what, this 7810, I'd love to use this for a baler tractor. It'd work out pretty good on that ground baler. Alright guys, we're finally moving along pretty decent. I've been running for an hour and a half now, no issues, but I am going to throw it up to the shop because I've got the Red Bull system on my fertilizer and the little balls in the tubes aren't floating very well, so I think I need to go up to the shop and clean my filter, which it's about time to fill up anyways, so we get to the end of the field, we'll head up there. But that little 2-hour break we had, the ground conditions improved a lot over that. So really waiting wasn't the end of the world. But we're just going back and forth at this point. I don't know how late we'll run tonight. Probably running all the fertilizer off that I got behind my trucks. That way when I'm going home, I've at least got an empty trailer and come back loaded tomorrow. We'll just see what happens. Depends on what I find out with this fertilizer too. Well, we're still going. It's getting close to 11 o'clock. We're within an acre or two of being done in this field. It's the second field I started. We're gonna quit after this. The bean planter stopped about a half hour ago, and I can see DJ spraying to the north of me, finishing up on bean burn down. I'm pretty sure he's got less than a half hour left. So I'll get this planter. Fertilizer tanks are getting low, so I'll pump all the fertilizer off the nurse trailer, and then I'll take it home and we're on quit for the night. So I wouldn't mind to keep running, but we're not in that big of a hurry yet, so we're just gonna quit fairly early. I had some singulation issues earlier on, but I'll get into that in another video. Well, I just finished for the night. Just heard on the radio it's going to get down to 35 tonight, and then they're still calling it a little bit of a freeze warning. I don't know how 35 is freezing, but they're calling it that. And then tomorrow it's supposed to get up to 61. That'll be the warmest it's been in a long time. But then tomorrow night it's supposed to start raining and rain on through, sounded like Saturday. It's almost Wednesday now. It's Tuesday night. So that'll probably be all for this video. Thanks for coming and riding along with me. And have several more planting videos to come. This one's not the most exciting because we're working out all the first day bugs. And hopefully I'll get in the bean planter some this year and I can get you some video running that. But we're heading up to the shop now. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.